Hi, I'm Mike from techwithmike.com. Is your data on your computer protected? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can protect it by just backing it up. Back up your data. That is the topic today. Okay, so what is your data? Your data could be your documents that you've created, say Word documents or Excel spreadsheets, photos and videos. I would think not one person watching this video doesn't have a collection of photos and videos somewhere, either on their phone, I guess synchronized to your computer or whatever. Your music collection, that's data. And there's a lot more. Any financial documents you may have scanned or put in the computer. Any digital file that you have stored on your computer that you need to get back at some point in time. That is considered your data. Let's ask yourself some what-if questions. What if your computer got lost or stolen? What if there was a fire or a flood or another natural disaster that destroyed your computer? What if my computer needed to be replaced due to a bad computer, bad system board or a bad hard drive? That's the more likely what if scenario. Ask yourself all these questions and say, would my data still be available? Now, of course, it depends on the type of data. Some things you might not even care about to keep if something happens. But there's some valuable things in photos and videos and other documents that you may have on your computer that you may need again. So there's a rule of thumb that I like to follow. Keep your copy of your data in 3 different places. On your computer, on an external backup or a flash drive, those thumb drives, at your house, and at another location, which is called off-site. Also note that you can combine number 2 and number 3 in the list here. However, we'll increase your protection and will not provide data in 3 places, like mentioned in this slide. Obviously, the best possible solution here for protecting your data is having it in 3 separate places, as discussed in this slide. So on your computer, all computer hard drives can and will fail. It's not a question of if they will fail, especially the hard disk drives. What a hard disk drive, or HDD, is the picture of what you see on this slide. What a hard disk drive is, or an HDD, that stands for hard disk drive, is a platter inside a device. And you see this picture on the screen shows this. Now in here, there's a little head that moves back and forth over that platter that reads the data, writes the data. All this movement inside here, the platter is spinning, the disk is spinning, and the head is moving back and forth. These are mechanical parts. Mechanical parts will fail at some point. If they don't, you're really lucky. A solid state, or SSD drive, has no moving parts and provides you better data protection. However, they are still electronics. They are susceptible to failure at some point. Maybe not right away with an SSD. Could be 3 years down the road. But you don't know when it's going to happen. And that's the point of this whole video, right? Not all computers are treated equally. Some computers are more likely to have hardware issues than others. And the big factor here is the quality of parts inside the computer. You don't really know what you're getting. So buy reputable computers. The possibility of loss due to fire and flood or theft is greater with just one location of your data. So if it's on your computer only, you're not protected. On external backup drives or flash drives, if you back up to an external device at your house, the speed to recover from data loss will be increased because all you have to do is plug in that drive and restore. Versus if you kept the drive at a friend's house, you would first have to go to that friend's house, get the drive, bring it back, and then restore. Keeping it at your house increases your recovery time. Now that's if you kept it off-site at another location. Also, make sure you do periodic backups to this external drive because you never know when it's going to fail. Maybe do it once a week on trash day so you can remember. I honestly think you should do a backup periodically, like once a week or once a month, depending on how often you edit your data. Also, take that external drive or flash drive and lock it up somewhere safe. I suggest a fire and flood-proof safe, where if something does happen to your computer because of a fire, you can still get to your data from your safe. At another location, and we call this off-site. There are many cloud services, and I show a few examples on the slide: iDrive, CrashPlan, and Backblaze. I currently use iDrive. It's installed on all my computers. They're installed on my kids' computers. What all these do is, behind the scenes, they back up your computer continuously. If you make a change to your data, it gets backed up to the cloud immediately. Now, it's not on your external drive right away, but if something did happen between your external drive backups, it would still be in the cloud. It would be accessible from anywhere. If you store your external drive elsewhere, that protects you one step further. However, it's not required if you follow the 3-copy rule. A summary of what I've talked about is 3 copies of your data is highly recommended and required if you want complete data protection. Don't just keep your data on your computer. Do something else. If you can't follow the 3-copy rule, do something else with an external drive. You will thank yourself later. Use an external hard disk drive or solid state drive or a flash drive. Secure your external backup somehow in a fireproof safe, or send it off to someone else's house. Off-site storage, either at a family member's house or one of the services we talked about in the previous slide.